like no other.
I said if you really didn't know.
The one man show. Darryl, the one man show. Darryl, the one man show.
Oh, we live.
And if you didn't know, you really
we live in his house.
A brother like no other.
Can somebody let me know? We live in his house.
Get my way, you all have to dominate.
We live today.
I stick to my roots. I ain't trying to sound hard. I know the things I say are backed by God. So get conscious. Yo. By feeding you knowledge through your cerebral membrane. Don't know what that means. Now that's a damn shame. I'm bringing you a fact to put you back on track. Yo, you been derailed, brainwashed, brought to jail. So stop looking, listen before you start dissing. You wishing you could sound like me. Your freestyle can't drown out me. I got something to say, don't like it, but that's okay. It's not for you then. I'll pour you, step to me and I'll floor you. I speak clearly, I want you to hear me. How you doing? What's going on? I don't care. You're being polite, no, I just have to feet. I know you think it's tight.
I ain't gonna play that.
I
ain't gonna play that. Mr. D.
Why you feel the
Mr. D.
Ball of natural talent and abundance.
Mr. Dello.
Well, a chance to opportunity to improve the community.
Anything else you got for us today? You done stranded us 4 times.
You got to try to rap.
You ain't got the phone to shut off. You won't let the Bluetooth work.
Not by a bell, you had to take the helm.
Anything else you want to do to us?
I just go attack.
And we still roll, baby.
You
can't stop this train.
Either in a cellar when at home.
And you said, sir.
I thought you can't behave.
I should give you no credit, but I am.
You're proving them right.
That's why you're the first idiot to go in the pit.
Every night you trade
and I pray
for another.
I get to throw your butt in.
Mother. Selling death to your brother.
I don't know if I want to overhead belly to belly you. I don't know if I want to press slam you. I don't know if I want to hit toss you. I don't know if I want to power bomb you. But I hope I'm the first one to throw your butt in that pit.
I want to do. I say with me, the beast that my face in heaven is already there, working on my legacy here. I stand alone without fear.
You a good kick in the ribs.
What's going on?
Before I throw you in.
Wrong and I'm reaching through this microphone.
Maybe slap you across the wrist.
I'm here to minister to my music. My talent is God-given and I'm using it to make a difference.
I first again,
how I give back. I don't need to stack dirty money to throw like a man or knock up a cheap woman. That's to prove I can.
Some people get drunk.
I don't need a fancy car.
Some people get high.
I don't need to be seen in the bar.
Some people gamble.
I don't need you sucker to show me love. I don't want admiration. I'm trying to wake up this nation.
I'm mad at things.
My rap and the pen is money than a store.
That helps you get through the day.
Black nation is the only reward I'm looking for. So
and there ain't nothing I would love better than to dump that chunk.
Prospect enters a new mind to awaken.
Right there.
I think real like you all are faking. Just take care of them babies you making. I'm feeding you knowledge to your cerebral membrane. Don't know what that means.
That we human so
That's
low.
a damn shame. I'm bringing you the facts to put you back on track. And you've been derailed, brainwashed, drugs, or jail. I've been a true and poetic rhyme without a suit. Forget green eggs and hands. I'm talking about improving the black man. To my fellow blacks who stay on crack, big up. I'm saying get rough. Yo, toughen up. Us righteous brothers don't get enough props. Overshadowed up by those that are jailed or get shot. Using pity to take over our cities. All we need to band together and rule the country forever. It's a lot more of us than there are of them. It's time for Isaac's son to school Shem. Don't get it? See, that's my point. Pick up that Bible and put down that joint. Because I'm feeding you knowledge throughout your cerebral membrane.
Hey.
Don't know what that means. No, that's a damn shame. I'm bringing you the facts to put you back on track. You've been derailed, brainwashed, drugged to jail. Yo, I'm feeding you knowledge throughout your cerebral membrane.
If you don't know what that means.
No, that's a damn shame.
I said I'm feeding you knowledge.
I'm feeding you knowledge to your cerebral membrane.
What are you doing?
I don't know what that means. No, that's a damn shame. Brodero, the one-man show. I keep rocking year after year. Keep bringing the same message, just a little differently each time.
The same message, a little differently each time. We've been doing this. We've been doing this before people even thought about it. We was already doing this. A lot of people talk a bunch of trash. They were here doing this. They were here doing that. I was talking about this stuff 20, 25 years ago. You're late. All you pro-blacks out there, you're late. I was the first pro-black. I got songs from back then that's still relevant today. I'm the original. Y'all copycats. You ask me. That's just my opinion. Everybody got an opinion. You know. Everybody got an opinion. That's just my opinion. We back into his air. We are back, we live, and we in full effect. So what's going on, y'all? We ain't looked at the CV numbers. I got some stories for you. Just let me get warmed up here. The reason it took so long to come back, I had to let the phone charge up. Before anybody make any of their corny jokes, I got a ZTE. I got a ZTE. It got 3 gigabytes of RAM. That's a good thing. The bad thing is the ZTE. It has an external battery. That means the battery ain't no good. Now, I didn't know this when I got the phone. Or I wouldn't have got it. I'm being honest with you. If I'd have known it, I wouldn't have got it. I'm being dead honest. If I would have known that it was a ZTE, I wouldn't have got it, okay? Alright? If I known that it doesn't have an external battery, you can't pop the battery out and switch one. You got the same battery for the life of the phone. When the battery ain't no good, the phone ain't no good. They're usually cheaper than phones that have batteries you can take out and take in. But when the phone is dead, you either have to pay somebody that know how to open it up and take the battery out and replace it. I didn't pay anything for that phone, so I sure as hell ain't gonna pay somebody to put a battery in it. But anyway, to help preserve the battery, once it's at 100%, it stops charging. But see, it won't say, well, let's go down to 50% and then charge it back up. It goes all the way down to 0 and cuts off and crashes. So we can't blame the phone company this time. It's the daggone cell phone. Once it hit 100%, if you got it plugged in, it stops charging. It protects the battery from overcharging. Because you only got one battery. Hey, Charlie, I guess they figure you better preserve the battery. I can't figure out how to turn that off. I think it's something that ZTE put in there to help your battery last longer. You know how they say don't overcharge a battery? You know you have your phone plugged up and you let it go all day and it's still at 100%. They say that it damages the battery. I'd rather have a 100% damaged battery than have nothing. Especially in an emergency. But anyway, I had to at least let it charge up. So that's what took me so long to come back. So for all y'all out there that's making your little videos, there ain't no news here. This ain't the first time it happened. It happened, 3 weeks ago? But this time, the video was sitting in limbo. The video was doing the lambada. And, so I'll probably replay it tomorrow. I'll probably, replay it tomorrow morning. For those of y'all who didn't see the video, I'll probably replay it tomorrow morning. So, you know, everybody take a chill pill. And don't worry about it. Don't worry. I might even show it later on because I can put it on desktop audio. And I can go ahead and have that video play. And I can open up another window. And I can watch what I want to watch. And I can let that play. So if y'all interested in those of y'all that missed the video, it'll be up again. I'll probably put it up tonight. Tomorrow is the pay-per-view wrestling, but I'm going to spend it with y'all. Then afterwards, I'll go watch it. Just like I didn't watch the, I was working on the computer last night. I saw the guy on YouTube. He showed you how to speed your computer up. He gave the example of if you are loading groceries, unloading groceries from your car to take in the house. Do you take them one at a time, or do you put them in the bag so you have fewer trips? And what he was saying, you got to look at your MTU packets of data. If your MTU packets are too small, the computer is making several different trips to get your data. Especially when you're using Chrome. It's making too many trips to get your data. Right? If it's set too high, then there is a power loss. There's a data loss. And it's got to go back and replace it. So having it too high or having it too low, and he showed you. For his computer was the same thing as mine. 1492 is where they had it at. It was causing a data loss. So we tried to go down to 1472. 1472 was causing a loss. So 1462 was causing a loss. They had it at 1492. It was causing a loss. 1472, we tried to do 1473. We had a loss. So 1472 was the sweet spot. It was the same on my computer as it was for his. Just got to use command prompt. And you type in the code he gives you, and then the computer tells you. And guess what? I had did it backwards to what he said, and I reset everything. The Wi-Fi, the Ethernet, any kind of connection. Every connection, because you have to add 48. What was it, 58? Oh, you have to add 50. And so we wound up going with 1500. And I put 15, I typed 1500. And it said that it might not stick after the first reboot. But if you want to set it, type it again here. And I did it, and all of my stuff showed up. When he did it, his Wi-Fi was showing 950. And he had to go back in and do what I did. And then he made it them all 1500. And the computer was running faster. So, like I said, it's getting the data all at one time and working with it instead of getting some data and going back and getting more. That takes time. Just like you would have to keep running back to the car to get one thing. But if you put too much in the bag going to break. And then you're going to still wind up having to make another trip. But you have to go in the house and get a bag. Or take a bag that's already full, take it in the house, empty it out, come back out and put more stuff in it. So I might have just bored y'all, but once again we learn here. And that's what I learned today. So wait a minute, who said they was gonna who said they was gonna catch me in the Walgreens? Oh, we'd have really had something. And 360 degree T. We'd have went viral. We're like, world star. Let me scroll up some. You said we need flex panels, wrap body, always recharge. He said, well, until the sun go down. Debo says, my boy Derrick looking like $100. I see you, big brother, sir. Well, how you doing, Debo? He said, some guy named Triple Dalton said he was going to slap Bubba Derrick. I thought that wasn't cool. He said, why is he mad at you? Sean Lee said somebody trolling. People said, I literally heard him say he was going to catch Bubba Derrick at Walgreens. Triple Dalton is won't leave Bronxville. Who he going to catch? That's it, straight up. Who is he going to catch? You said you want to Gretch all guitar in Walmart, speed through the line. Shelly said, well, Trip was here the other day and was respectful. He said, maybe it was earlier in there. He said, I think Trip and Brother Derrick are cool brothers. Maybe he got mad and changed his thoughts on Big Boss, please. What? You know, Debo, we trying to leave that stuff alone. You know, we did things here. Like before the shutdown, you know, we did a sermon. We showed a video. A black lady was the first lady to find a cure for cancer. It works in the lab, rats. No. They gave her a $1.1 million grant for her research. So we might have a cure for cancer. And it might be a black lady that did it. You know some eyes are going to roll. You know it. But like I said, I don't care who did it. Shoot, you can find a cure for cancer. And it don't require no chemo. So that's going to be great. How about they been going up and down, Debo, up and down? For every victory, there's a loss. But we still alive and we still going. For every victory, there's a loss. But that's when you know you're doing good. Because if you ain't doing good, ain't nobody trying to make you lose nothing. So, Debo to God, let me ask you a question. Our topic for the day was, if you like to sin, if you like to fornicate, if you like to gamble, if you like to cheat people, if you like to get over, if you like to hold people down, you know that God hates that. And as you do that, you draw yourself further and further from God. Here's the question. If you love sinning more than you love God, that means you hate God. God created you to worship Him. But if you throw Him on the back burner and you do the things the devil wants you to do, then you worshiping the devil and you saying you hate God. Now God said He hates sin. Eve brought, even though they blame Adam when he's the man, Eve brought sin into the world. Sin leads to death. So when people say, I can keep sinning and I'm going to the next level, no you ain't. Because God hates sin. And He hates people that rejoice in it. Oh, God is perfect. God can't hate. Well, I prove tonight that God does hate. He hates people or anyone who loves to sin. That's why there ain't no problem with Jesus throwing you in that lake of fire. There ain't no problem. Jesus don't have no problem. If you have an argument with somebody today and you lay your head down without cleaning that argument up, you have sinned. If somebody asks you for something and you have it, and you tell them no, get out your face, you have sinned. Because Jesus said, if you help a stranger, if you help somebody you know, you've helped me. If you've hurt a stranger or somebody that you know, then you've hurt me. That's why he ain't going to have no problem throwing you in that daggone furnace. Jesus said, I didn't come back here to be nice. I came back here to kick some butt. He didn't say I came back to be nice. A lot of people gonna get their feelings hurt. Oh, come on, Jesus. I gave some money to the orphanage one time. Come on, Jesus. I helped the old lady across the street. Come on, Jesus. And he said, I don't know you. You ain't let me into you. I don't know you. And guess what? Get your butt in that furnace. You can jump in, or I can have the angels throw you in. Either way you're going. How you want to go? Hey, Nia. You have to send it to me again, cause I deleted the hangout. Remember? And we started fresh. Started a brand new hangout. I need you to send the link again, Charlie. Or maybe it's on my YouTube page. Davey, what do you want, man? You see me doing my show? Go sit down, man. Woman? Child? Let me see. Is it on my main page? Somebody else had technical difficulties today, too. Man. That's a daggone shame. With all the stuff Shucky Ducky and done, he still get good views. That show you this sector ain't worth 2 pieces of dookie. It just shows you. The people in this sector, there's something wrong with y'all. I'm just saying, it's something wrong with you. You can't dispute it. It's something wrong with you. It's got to be something mental. How can you watch a man that was caught by the police trying to have sex with a dead corpse? You watch that, man? It's something wrong with you. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's something wrong with you. You can talk to me till you blue in the face. It's something wrong with you. Straight up, it's something wrong with you. All right, look at this beautiful young lady on your screen. Isn't she a cutie? Not only is she cute, she's a genius. She may have found the cure for cancer. Her findings might lead to a cure for all cancers. Dr. Hadaya. So you know she ain't from, I'm going to shut up. But you know she's foreign. Because Hadaya. I don't know Hadaya. I just can't see that. Hey, Hadaya, come here. Hadaya, come here. No, I just can't see it. Hadaya. that sounds like something Jamaican or African. Hadaya. Dr. Natalia Nicole Green has become the first person to successfully cure cancer in mice using laser-activated nanoparticles, according to Black Culture News. Unlike traditional cancer treatments, Green's revolutionary and unique nanoparticle technology, which was found to successfully cure cancer after testing on mice within 15 days. It does not require chemotherapy, radiation, or surgery. Green received a $1.1 million grant from the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs to expand her nanoparticle cancer treatment research. Green's interest in cancer treatment stems from witnessing the death of her aunt, Ora Lee, who suffered from cancer, and her uncle, General Lee Smith. Oh, man, what parents would name? How you name a black man General Lee? Boy, I'm sorry. You know the white kids beat the crap out of them and the black kids beat the crap out of them. Boy, y'all don't tell the truth. You read all you want. You know good well. That man had it rough. I can't imagine him going to somewhere. Hey, boy, what's your name? My name's General Lee. Stop playing, boy. What's your name? I said my name's General Lee. Why you sitting there making fun of that great general? He was a great Confederate, man. Somebody talk to me. If y'all think I'm going to, y'all think I'm going too far, then let me know. I couldn't imagine being called General Lee. I'd be GL. I would be GL Smith. Or I'd just be Schmitty. Ain't nowhere in the world. What woman? And it had to be a woman. Would name that child General Lee. That's going to get you heat on both sides of the coin. That's rough. Black and white people. White people are going to be insulted that you named, especially in the South. Who named you after that General Lee, the greatest Southern general ever was? And then trouble from the black people. Why the hell would your parents name you the name of that racist old codger? That's like, you get it on both ends. That must have been a good man. Because I don't know how he wasn't found hanging from the tree somewhere. I'm just being honest. Man, that's a rough right there. And her uncle, General Lee Smith, who was also diagnosed with cancer and experienced the negative side effects of chemotherapy treatment. Green is not surprisingly highly educated. In her pursuit to fight cancer, she obtained her bachelor's degree in physics and optics from Alabama A&M University, and later earned her Master of Science in Physics from the University of Alabama at Birmingham, both of which she received full scholarships for. After earning her degree, she transitioned to the Comprehensive Cancer Center for 5 years and Department of Pathology for 1 year. According to Afrotechie.com, currently Green, Ora Lee Smith Cancer Research Foundation, the nonprofit she founded in memory of her aunt, is continuing to fight cancer using laser-activated nanoparticles and focusing on its mission to make cancer treatment accessible, affordable, and effective. She devotes time to helping young black students as well. All right, if the aunt name was orally, and the uncle name, the uncle name was generally, somebody was orally working over generally. That's happening somewhere. I'm going to leave that alone. Strides in cancer treatments, cures are very important according to the American Cancer Society. In the U.S. alone, an estimated 606,520 people will die from cancer in 2020. This equates to 1,660 people dying of cancer each day in 2020. Approximately 69% of the people diagnosed with cancer between the years of 2009 and 2015 were alive for only 5 years after their original diagnosis. This is higher than people who were diagnosed with cancer between the years 1975 and 1977. Between these years, 49 out of 100 people, or 49%, were alive 5 years later. And I got news for you. People didn't have no daggone medical care. And nobody went in. That's how you nobody knew. Any comments? Nope. That's why nobody knew. There wasn't no comment. Did I go too far, y'all? You imagine? Could y'all imagine being named General Lee? Man. Woo. That's like being named the son of a Confederate. What? Son of a Confederate? People chasing you down the road. All right. We got another video from Chung Lee. Sons of the Confederate. Public needs to prep for vaccine side effects. Uh-oh. This summer, computational biologist shouldn't it be biologist? Luke Hutchinson volunteered for a trial of Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine. But after the second injection, his arm swelled up to the size of a goose egg. Hutchinson says he can't be sure he got the vaccine and not a placebo within a few hours. Hutchinson, who was healthy and 43, was beset by bone and muscle aches and a 38.9 Celsius fever. Look, man, we use Fahrenheit. All right? I started shaking. I had colds and hot rushes, he said. I was sitting by the phone all night long thinking, should I call 911? Hutchinson's symptoms resolved after 12 hours, but he said, nobody prepared me for the severity of this. He said the public should be better prepared than he was because a subset of people may face intense, if transient, side effects called reactogenicity from Moderna's vaccine. Some health experts agree. I ain't no brain surgeon, but I said this. When we had the polio, some people that got the polio developed polio. When you get the flu vaccine, some people develop the full flu. It depends on your body, your chemistry, and your genetics, and also what kind of condition you in. Because a vaccine, they call a vaccine a cure. A vaccine is a risk, okay? Some people who get shots for the mumps develop them anyway. Some people that get for chicken pox develop it anyway. So we never get rid of it. We don't get rid of nothing. It always pop up somewhere. You know why? Because somebody always get it. They think they give you a weak version of the disease so your immune system can easily defeat it. And in that way, the next time somebody come around you with the disease, your body know how to fight it. That's called immunity. Immunity is when your immune system can beat the disease. Giving you a vaccine gives you a small dose of it and it gets your body ready. Your body beats up that little dose, and you just hey. So when they come for real, they like, come on, son, let's get in the ring. Let's go. I got you, son. But if you weak somewhere and don't know it, they give you that. It might develop into the full thing. So for those of you who think that this CV is gonna vanish, I guarantee you 20% of the people that get the vaccine is going to develop into the daggone CV, and they're going to be infecting people. I mean, that's the way it is. That's the way it is. That's why it's going to take years to get rid of this thing. We've never got rid of the flu. Never got rid of chicken pox. Never got rid of mumps. Never got rid of diphtheria. Have we gotten rid of anything? Have we seriously gotten rid of everything? I'm just asking. Alright, Charlie, I see your link. We'll get to it in a second. He said the public should be, we already covered that. Hold on. Keep going. Somebody needs to address the elephant in the room. What about vaccine reactogenicity? While it's not going to cause any long-term issues, how is that perception going to go with the public once they start receiving it, asked Deborah Fuller, a vaccinologist at the University of Washington, Seattle, whose lab is developing second-generation RNA vaccines against COVID. She worries the side effects could feed vaccine hesitancy. I feel like it's being glossed over. Those concerns arise after a week of good news about coronavirus vaccines. Both Moderna and Pfizer with BioNTech announced that messenger RNA, mRNA, vaccines reach 95% efficiency in clinical trials of tens of thousands of people. The firms added that the trial showed no serious safety concerns. Both vaccines consist of a snippet of genetic code directing production of the coronavirus spike protein delivered in a tiny fat bubble called lipid nanoparticle. Some researchers suspect the immune system response to that delivery vehicle is causing the short-term side effects. Those transient reactions should not dissuade people from getting vaccinated in the face of a pandemic virus that kills at least 1 in 200 of those it affects, said Florian Kramer, a vaccinologist at the Icahn School of Medicine in Mount Sinai, who participated in Pfizer's trial. Sore arms, fevers, and fatigue are unpleasant but not dangerous, he said. I'm not concerned about reactogenicity at all. Most people will escape severe side effects defined as those that prevent daily activity. Fewer than 2% of the recipients of Pfizer and Moderna vaccines develop severe fevers of 39C to 40C. But if the companies win regulatory approvals, they're aiming to supply a vaccine to 35 million people worldwide by the end of December. If 2% experience severe fever, that will be 700,000 people. 700,000. Other transient side effects will likely affect even more people. The independent board that conducted the interim analysis of Moderna's huge trial found that severe side effects include fatigue in 9.7% of participants, muscle pain in 8.9%, joint pain in 5.2%, and headache in 4.5%. In the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine trial, the numbers were lower. Severe side effects included fatigue, 3.8%, and headache, 2%. But that's a higher rate of severe reactions than people may be accustomed to. This is a reactogenicity that is ordinarily seen with most flu vaccines, even the high-dose ones, said Arnold Monto, an epidemiologist at the University of Michigan Public School of Health. So frontline public health workers will need to have a story that gets out in front of stories like Hutchinson's. That responds to the way people are going to try to make a story about vaccine injury, says Bernice Hausman, an expert on vaccine controversy at the Pennsylvania State University College of Medicine. Transparency is the key, Hausman emphasizes. Rather than minimizing the chance for fever, for instance, vaccine administrators could alert people that they may experience a fever that can feel severe, but it's temporary. That will go a significant way toward people like feeling they've been told the truth, as Dr. Wiseman, an immunologist at the University of Pennsylvania, whose research contributed to both vaccines. The company just had to warn people, this is what you need to expect. Take Tylenol and suck it up for a day. Wiseman also sees the need to support people who have serious reactions. For example, people may need a hotline with a nurse triaging, figuring out if you need to go to the hospital or not. Will your medical expenses be covered if you do? These are important questions. Both Moderna's and Pfizer/BioNTech's vaccine requires 2 doses separated by several weeks. Reactogenicity is typically higher after a second dose, Wiseman said. The side effects mean the vaccine is working well. It means you have such a good immune response to the first dose, and now you are seeing the effects of that, he said. We suspect that the lipid nanoparticle causes the reactogenicity because lipid nanoparticles without mRNA in them do the same thing in animals, White said. We see production in the muscle of inflammatory mediators that cause pain, redness, fever, flu-like symptoms, etc. Hutchinson hopes the better vaccines are on the way. Still, he said, given this, that COVID can kill or incapacitate people, everyone should bite the bullet and expect a rough night. Get lots of aspirin. See, this is why we talk about things that really affect you. A lot of people are going to be hesitant to get this vaccine because they're not going to want to go through the symptoms. And there's still a risk that getting the vaccine could give you full-blown COVID. Y'all understand that? There's a risk you can get full-blown COVID. There is a risk. Okay? There's a risk that you can get full-blown COVID. All right, Chum Lee got another article for us. China has done, hey. Oh, you got a video? Okay. Well, where you go? All right, we got a video. 17 seconds. Excuse me. If you're doing so well, T-Row, why you advertising? People ain't smart enough to use you.
So it sounds like something out of a movie, the threat of a bunch of human weapons with biologically enhanced capabilities. Pretty sure that's the plot line to Captain America. But the reality, we might be talking about Captain China. That's according to a new warning from the Director of National Intelligence about the threat from China. And by the way, a warning that has rare bipartisan agreement.
China intends to dominate the world economically, militarily, and technologically. They intend to be the world's superpower.
That's John Ratcliffe, of course, who is out with that new interview and op-ed. And the two leaders in both parties on the Senate Intelligence Committee say basically he's right, that China, quote, will stop at nothing to exert its global dominance. But here's the part of Ratcliffe's warning that is especially noteworthy. He says China's efforts include human testing to help develop soldiers with those biologically enhanced capabilities. And that is why, of all things, we are talking about super soldiers right now. With me now is Ken Delanian, who covers national security and intelligence for NBC News. Ken, really? How real is this? How far along is this?
As you said, Hallie, this does seem like it's right out of a Hollywood plot. But what we know is that the nation's top intelligence official says that the U.S. has evidence that China is conducting biological experiments on its soldiers to enhance their capabilities. And as you said, he said this as part of an effort to convince Americans about the dire threat to American national security from China. So I was somewhat skeptical about this claim, but when I started poking around, I found that...
So y'all say China lying about their numbers, their COVID deaths. How is China hiding the bodies? If we can find out what they doing in their military bases, what they doing behind doors, how come we can't see these trucks taking these bodies and burying them somewhere? Where's the intelligence on that? Anybody want to talk to me? Anybody want to talk to me? But I got news for you. People full of crap. I really believe that the Chinese are doing great with the COVID. If they hiding it, how come nobody ain't got no proof? You can tell me what the secret intelligence security is doing over there with soldiers, but you can't show me some dead bodies laying up somewhere. You can't show me some new grave sites dug. You can't show me some caves full of dead bodies. But you say that China just as bad as we is. How come nobody can't get no evidence of that? But you got evidence of them training secret superhuman soldiers. Come on, man, talk to me. Somebody talk to me, please. Make me understand this. Donald Trump, January 20th, can't get here soon enough, sir. It can't get here soon enough.
Private American military experts in the think tank world have actually studied this issue and written about it, and they have found that there is ample evidence that Chinese scientists are very interested in applying biotechnology to the battlefield, and specifically the CRISPR gene editing tool, which raises a ton of questions. Picture super strong commandos who can operate on 3 hours sleep, or a sniper who can see twice as far as a normal person. This is the kind of thing that the Chinese aspire to doing, and it's problematic because in the West, we consider that to be unethical, to tamper with the genes of healthy people. The CRISPR tool is generally confined to sort of trying to cure genetic mutations and disease and try to improve plants. No one understands the implications of messing with human genes, and so that's a real worry. And it also sort of underscores, Ratcliffe and others say, the extent to which China is committed to military superiority over the West, Hallie.
I want to bring.
I'm going to tell y'all something, and y'all can get mad at me all you want. You can get mad at me all you want. I'm going to tell you, you don't know the history. They can make all the genetic freaks they want to make. There's no people, and y'all can get mad at me all you want, there ain't no people that fight like white people. You can bring robots. Nobody fights wars like white people. They're trying to find all these different things to understand. Nobody fights like white people. They can make all the superhuman beings they can try and make. They're not going to have a heart. The desire to win through any means necessary. No other people on earth every country got a code, except for us. We ain't got no code. Every other country has a code of honor. We don't have it. The Japanese will only go so far. The UK will only go so far. The UK, at the time, had the best army in the world. And they lost to some ruffians, some scavengers, some broke down colonists. Those soldiers were trained how to fight a certain way. They wasn't trained how to fight dirty. That's why they went home. They said, you can have the country. Hey, we sick of this. So they can make their superhumans. Look at all our sci-fi movies. Our movies are different than anybody else's movies in the world. All our movies have the enemy as superior. And we show through mental tricks, not physical. Go watch any movie. Go watch any movie. Where there's an alien, where there's something. It's mental tricks. And the ability to be bloodthirsty and to find a way to win against all odds. No other country does that. No other country. No other country has done what the United States has done. Some raggedy colonists beat the greatest military in the world. Made them give it up. This was their land. They made them give it up. To this day, the UK won't mess with us. To this day, the French won't mess with us. The Irish won't mess with us. Song King Yoon talk all the mess he want to talk. They won't mess with us. Taliban talk all the mess they want to talk. They won't really. They do that little cowardly stuff. They don't want to fight us. Because they know the United States is bloodthirsty. It reminds me of, y'all remember Rocky IV? Was it Rocky IV when he fought the Russian? They had the Russians doing all that weight training, lifting all those weights, giving him all those steroids. And Rocky, not a great fighter, but a man with heart. This is the American way. Heart. I'm going to figure you out. Go watch every Rocky movie. He figures out, I'm going to take all you got, and then I'm going to take you out. They can make all the super strong beings they can make. We're going to find a way to take them down. It ain't going to be with our fists. Somebody said something about drones. It could be anything. It's supposed to be a code of honor on the battlefield. Ha! The same way the Russians, the England soldiers came in there, all in unison. They was in holes, they dug in the ground, they was in trees, they were hiding under grass, hiding under rocks, shooting them from all angles. What's going on here? They scared the British. They scared the British so bad, they were offering black people freedom if you help us fight. You the greatest army in the world. You begging slaves to help you? That's rough right there. Tony, you said anyone watch the Creed movie, I love Rocky. Rocky didn't learn how to fight until Apollo taught him. Rocky was all heart. And that's what makes United States dangerous. It ain't, oh, we got this big enemy, how can we take him out? When it comes to war, other countries grab a machete, they grab an axe, They grab a mallet. Some grab a gun. White people don't have no choice. Well, whatever they take you out. This don't work. How can I make it stronger? This don't work. How can I make it more deadly? Superhumans. Great strategists. You know, they always go across that bridge. Why don't we wait till they march across that bridge and then blow it up? They always go to sleep at 900 hours. Why don't we just drop hell on them before they have a chance to do anything? They'll change plans in a second. Other countries, they fight a certain way and they fight to the death. Well, this ain't working. Let's do something else. And do something else. Do something else. You know, I got this new weapon and we ain't tried yet. When they dropped that bomb on Hiroshima, well, the Japanese don't wait to give up. I don't believe you dropped that bomb. People burning up in the middle of the street. I don't know if the Chinese is built for that. They can buy weapons. Are they going to have the cruelty to use them? It's one thing to have weapons. You got people, Iran, trying to get nuclear weapons. Song Kong Hong trying to get nuclear weapons. They've been threatening North Korea for 25 years. Ain't dropped not one bomb on them. These people ain't mean. They posers. They do things to their own citizens because they can't fight back. But when you go up against our army, and Air Force, Navy SEALs that are cutthroat, they back down. They try to save face. I'm going to get to them, Charlie. It's stuff in Area 51 that nobody knows about. I guarantee you. China got more people. But if they ever attack, it wouldn't surprise me. Hey, we got a death ray. What? You got a death ray? How do you get death ray? What death ray? Come on over here. We got something for you. We got something for you. Come on over here. Send your super soldiers. We got a death ray that'll send them in a million pieces, break that DNA up. What the heck is what are you talking about, McDuck? The only Coke I know is Coca-Cola. And where we at? So they can go ahead and do that little stuff. Yeah. They'd be surprised. I'm telling you. United States hiding something. It wouldn't surprise me if they came out with robot drones that had built-in nuclear reactors. It wouldn't surprise me if they could set off volcanoes Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me if they had something to turn all your rain into radiation and just burn your citizens to death. Sonic attacks suffered by the U.S. diplomats likely caused by microwave energy, government study says. The mysterious head injury suffered by U.S. diplomatic staff in China and Cuba that have been described as sonic attacks are consistent with the use of directed microwave energy, according to a report published Saturday by the National Academy of Sciences. Overall, directed pulse RF radio frequency energy, especially in those with the distinct early manifestation, appears to be the most plausible mechanism explaining these cases among those that the committee considered, the report said. The report added that it considered possible incidents of persistent postural perceptual dizziness as a possible secondary issue, and some of those affected a contributing factor. While the report does not conclude that the use of directed microwave energy in these instances was done deliberately, it is said such action could be used for nefarious purposes. The mere consideration of such a scenario raises grave concerns about a world with disinhibited malevolent actors and new tools for causing harm to others, as if the U.S. government does not have its hands full already with natural occurring events. The report said it considered chemical exposures, infectious diseases, and psychological issues as potential causes or aggregating factors of the injuries, but the overall analysis appeared to show they were not likely to cause. A 19-person committee of medical and scientific experts produced the report at the request of the State Department. CNN reported last year that doctors shared what happened to the brain of one diplomat who may have been the victim of one of these attacks. Researchers revealed the results of an independent brain analysis of Mark Lindsay, a U.S. diplomat who was stationed in Guangzhou, China in 2017, when he started experiencing unexplained symptoms, including headache, difficulty reading, irritability, as well as memory and sleep problems. Among the MRA findings, 20 brain regions with normally low volumes, including regions involved in memory, emotional regulation, and motor skills that might correlate with Lindsay's symptoms, doctors said. Over the 107 regions they looked at, they also found 3 that had bigger volumes. Researchers said that parts of the brain with low volume may reflect brain injury, and those with high volumes could be evidence that other parts of his brain have been compensated. Most of the documented attacks came in 2016 and 2017, though there were a handful of reported incidents after that as well. CNN reported that in 2018 that a senior administration official said investigators tore apart buildings where diplomatic employees encountered the sounds but found no acoustic devices. That led law enforcement to believe the injuries were the result of microwaves being from a nearby location, and that the sounds were merely a means of masking the microwave attacks. That was only one theory, the official said, and there was no concrete evidence to back it up. However, brain scans on the injured personnel showed changes that indicate damage, the official said. Cuban officials have consistently denied that the government had any involvement with the diplomats' health problems and said that mass hysteria is the most likely cause. The sophistication of the attacks led U.S. officials to suspect a third country may have been involved with the incident, but have not been able to reach that conclusion. In August 2017, officials included Russia among a list of countries that have an adversarial relationship with the United States and that American investigators suspected might be involved. Russia is one of the few countries that have used microwave technology before, and a theory among investigators was that some rogue Cuban intelligence officials worked with Russia because they weren't happy with the detente between the United States and Canada, a senior official said at the time. That's just crazy. You said I read 4 articles. Yeah, because I want you to learn. Where else you going to hear this from? Tens of millions in California under stay-at-home order starting Sunday night. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is a good example of what I was talking about earlier. Look at how the Chinese and other countries, the officials tell them, wear masks. They put it on. They tell them to stay home. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Where the hell that coming from? Trying to be flagged? What is that? I don't see no evidence. Where they coming from? I can't even move the page. What the hell's going on here? So is there a video? That's a lot to read. Please tell me it's a video. Okay. Hit that mute button. You don't get flagged for Christmas music, do you? Hey, now what the heck is going on? Music. I was talking. Music came from out of nowhere. I thought somebody hit the cash app. Ching. Oops. Oh, what did I say? Okay. Is it ready? All right, I'm gonna have to read it. I don't know what's going on with CNN right now, but we ain't gonna worry about it. Southern California and San Joaquin Valley residents will be under a stay-at-home order after the intensive care unit capacity in the 2 regions fell below 15%, triggering a mandate issued by the governor earlier this week that aims to bring down the soaring number of COVID-19 hospitalizations. The order goes into effect Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time for some 27 million people in the region, which includes Los Angeles and San Diego. That follows a proactive order issued by 6 San Francisco Bay Area jurisdictions on Friday for its almost 6 million residents. It also goes into effect Sunday. Governor Gavin Newsom on Thursday announced that any region that fell below the 15% ICU intensive care capacity threshold will be placed under stay-at-home orders. South Carolina, the most populous of the Southern California, the most populous of the 5 regions named by the government, reported that its ICU availability fell to 12.5% on Saturday. In the San Joaquin region, capacity was at 8.6% according to a government release. California again had its highest number of new CV cases and CV hospitalizations for one day on Saturday, reporting more than 25,000 confirmed new infections. Oh, Lord! And more than 10,200 people are hospitalized. Under the order, businesses that must close include bars, wineries, personal services like hair salon and barbershops, museums, movie theaters, playgrounds, amusement parks, and indoor recreation facilities. Travel is prohibited except as necessary for permitted activities. Schools that are already open for in-person learning can remain open along with critical infrastructure businesses. Retail businesses may stay open but at least 20% capacity, and restaurants are limited to takeout and delivery only. The order will remain in effect for at least 3 weeks and will be only lifted when the region's projected ICU capacity meets or exceeds 15%. This will be assessed on a weekly basis after the initial 3-week period. The Bay Area will be in effect until January 4th, 2021, even though the region's ICU capacity was at 21.2% capacity Friday, according to a government website. I don't think we can wait for the state's new restrictions to go into effect later this month, Contra Costa Health Director Chris Farnatino said Saturday. We must act swiftly to save as many lives as we can. This is an emergency. The Southern California region is made up of 5 of the most populated counties in California: Los Angeles, San Diego, Orange, Riverside, and San Bernardino. The region also includes Imperial, Inyo, Mono, St. Louis, Obispo, Santa Barbara, and Ventura counties. A total of about 23 million people live in that region. The San Joaquin Valley region has a population of more than 4 million and includes Calabasas, Fresno, Kearns, Kings, Madera, Mariposa, Merced, San Benito, San Joaquin, Stanislaus, Tulare, and Tulum counties. Man. This is what I was talking about before. In other countries, when they say lockdown, the people say, okay, people social distance. They have respect for their fellow man. Not in America, goddamn, I'm a United States citizen. I don't care about nobody. I ain't worrying about those TV. Well, you ain't worried about it. Down when your neighbors ain't worrying about it. Well, they need to stop being wusses. It's only the flu. Get out my face. I'm not wearing no mask. Hey, come here. Come here so I can cough on you. That's what I mean when I say the cold-bloodedness. A lot of other countries, they care about their citizens. They care about their fellow man. We only care if we know you didn't like it. And if you get on our nerves, we'll kick you in the butt. That's why we're going to win every war until Jesus come back. I believe the United States will win every war until Jesus come back. Somebody talk to me. I believe we're going to win every war until Jesus come back. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm going to, my tea ain't got warm. I got one in the freezer. I hope it ain't frozen. Let me play something till I come back. Be right back, y'all.
This goes Darrow Snare, you know.
I ain't gonna be gone long.
Now you know.
I don't want to have no dead ass. Hang on, y'all.
Orchestra. Love Dark's in the house, and I'm feeling down, yo. So let me just get to it. I'm feeling down as I write this song. I'm confused. I don't know where I belong. It's like I'm stuck in between generations. I never fit in. Yo, it's frustrating. I'm a lone wolf standing alone. Always pondering on attack because I don't get high. You think I'm whack because I'm a punk because I don't get drunk. I'm going to the weak because I don't run the street. I reject because I treat people with respect. I jump because I don't suck my problems on society. Or blame the man for not hiring me. Or my parents for not being rich enough for not being there. Sorry, life's too short to feel sorry for myself. I want to change the world, not blame the world. Misery, love company. I don't want to lose it to come from me. The thug life is the new slavery. Men killing men, women having bastard babies. Girls fighting over guys that ain't trying to do something to get a job. I pass you every day, bumming on the corners. around the way. I'm feeling down, yo, cause nothing ever goes right. So this is the same old story, night after night. I'm feeling down, yo, nothing like ever goes right. I talk off my mic, but the future looks bright. I'm feeling down, yo, nothing like ever goes right. It's the same old story, night after night. I'm feeling down, yo, nothing like ever goes right. I talk off my mic, but the future looks bright. I'm feeling down, yo, nothing like ever goes right. It's the same old story, night after night. I'm feeling down, yo, nothing like ever goes right. I talk off my mic, but the future looks bright. I'm feeling down, yo, nothing like ever goes right. Night after night, I talk with all my might. But in other words, I keep chasing church and I get hurt but undaunted. I keep looking day after day. I keep looking for the special mate. She's out there somewhere lurking. I keep returning on the sun, but in the end, I always get harmed or taken for granted. Whether I take it fast or slow, I realize now that all women are hoes. Money grabbing, backstabbing, unappreciative, lazy, go two or more. Take, never one to get. I'm feeling down, nothing ever goes right. Night after night, I'm feeling down, yo. Nothing life ever goes right. I power all my might, but the future looks bright. I'm feeling down, yo. Nothing life ever goes right. It's the same old story, night after night. I'm feeling down, yo. Nothing life ever goes right. I power all my might, but the future looks bright. I'm feeling down, yo. Nothing life ever goes right. I'm feeling the same old story, night after night. I'm feeling down, yo. Nothing life ever goes right. I power all my might, but the future looks bright. I'm feeling down, yo. Nothing life ever goes right. I'm not old. Stop telling me that. I'm not dumb enough to fall into the check on praising criminals in my raps. I don't care about whatself. That's a cop out. You can't sacrifice your morals. That's selling out. And selling out is what hip hop is all about. And if you hustle, then you cheat. If you steal, then you cheat. You see, if you have to cheat to make it on the streets, then your butt is weak. You're sorry, a scrub, a loser, a bum. And if you're locked up to that, and if you look up to that, then you're dumb. You won't make the effort to do right. But you hang out on the corner all night living in fear. But you can't show a big easy money, but you blow it on fast cars and loose girls. Who could care less about you?
Gaming headphones.
Could care less.
If you got headphones, put them on.
Feel your sorrow. I'm feeling down. Yo, cause nothing in life ever goes right. Come on. Oh, my mic. But the future looks like I'm feeling down, yo. Nothing in life ever goes right. It's the same old story. Night after night. I'm feeling down, yo. Nothing in life ever goes right. I saw it all my
I want to sleep.
The future looks like I'm feeling down, yo. Nothing in life ever goes right. You right? The same old story. Night after night. I'm feeling down, yo. Nothing in life ever goes right. I thought was all my mic, but the future looks like. Still now, yo, nothing like ever goes right. It's the same old story, night after night. I'm feeling down, yo, nothing like ever goes right. I thought was all my mic, but the future looks like. I'm feeling down, yo, nothing like ever goes right. It's the same old story, night after night. I'm feeling down, yo, nothing like ever goes right. I thought was all my mic, but the future looks like. I'm feeling down, yo, nothing like ever goes right. I feel the same old story, night after night. I don't hate the player, I don't care for the game. I'm just trying to understand, you know, I'm an outsider looking and I grew up sheltered in a different world. I'm stuck in the middle. Too much attitude to be a walk off, too much sense to be a slug. I can't be the only one out there. Can I? Can I be the only one out there, you suckers?
Sometimes up, sometimes down. Sometimes you feel level to the ground. Hee hee.
Yo.
As my great granny would say, hee hee. Sometimes up, sometimes down. He said, sometimes up, sometimes down. When the Lord come back, won't nobody make a sign. Hee hee. That was my great grandma was saying. She had a million of them. Sometimes up, sometimes down. Sometimes you feel level to the ground. I don't mean one. I don't mean two. I mean you and the whole MFA crew. And that includes your mama too. Hee hee. Y'all want to know where I get some of my stuff from. All right, y'all. Well, let's do a test here. I want to test these headphones out, and then we'll get to the CV numbers. Y'all ready? It says use headphones, duh. All right, this is stereo. This is a regular stereo. That means two, right and left. just regular stereo. Regular right now. Windows Sonic. Well, we have this too. Here comes standing on our computer. We got this. What we using?
Mark 8 light mode. Activated. Occupant, militia rifleman class 3 Jack Cooper. Stabilized. 250 milligrams of fentanyl administered. Caution. Temporary side effects. Nausea. Dizziness. Impaired motor coordination.
We got more IMC structures! Are we near the drop zone? We don't want to target! I can't see anything!
sound good to
Super,
start
you're in
out.
bad shape. Hold on. Might knock you out, but you should be okay when you wake up.
Lastimosa, hostile Titans inbound. Apex Predators.
Copy that, BT. Mercenaries. Stay down, Cooper. BT, let's go.
Here goes. That was Stereo. Now this is Dolby Atmos.
Mark 8, activated. Occupant, militia rifleman, class 3, Jack Cooper. Stabilized. 250 milligrams of fentanyl administered. Caution, temporary side effects, nausea, dizziness.
We got more IC! Are we near the drop zone? I can't see
You're in bad shape. Hold on. Might knock you out, but you should be okay when you wake up.
Lastimosa, hostile Titans inbound. Apex Predators.
Copy that, BT. Mercenaries. Stay down, Cooper. BT, let's go.
Now, like I said, we got Windows Sonic. Now, this is Dolby Atmos.
Mark 8,
y'all tell me if y'all hear different.
Activated. Occupant, militia rifleman, class 3, Jack Cooper. Stabilized. 250 milligrams of fentanyl administered. Caution, temporary side effects, nausea, dizziness.
so you're in bad shape. Hold on. Might knock you out, but you should be okay when you wake up.
Lastimosa, hostile Titans inbound. Apex Predators.
Copy that, BT. Mercenaries. Stay down, Cooper. BT, let's go.
Windows Sonic has good sound space, but it also sounds overprocessed and artificial. Good thing that it's free, and it works decently well for detecting footsteps if you are into competitive multiplayer. Dolby Atmos has the best sound space. Games feel quite immersive with it turned on, but it's paid. There's some minor sound skip here and there. I personally like using Dolby Atmos and would recommend it, but feel free to choose whichever sounds best for you. Well, we got the Dolby Atmos, and we got the one for headphones for the people. For the people who don't have, because Dolby Atmos works with any headphones, but it's best. It's best. Trying to see something we ever heard before. But I don't want to get flagged either. Okay. No, he got flagged for that Fast and Furious. Let me check the chat real quick. Let me check this out real quick. We're gonna get to the TV numbers in a minute. I'm testing out these headphones that I got today. But, I'm thinking about getting a pair of gaming. Dang, I had that takedown. It had blown itself free. Doggone it. How? How long is this?
This is London. You will now hear a statement by the Prime Minister. I am speaking to you.
Alright, I don't want to get flagged. Alright, y'all, check this out real quick. I'm gonna
Do you need to process a large number of video files at the
You're gonna make us watch the whole ad.
Pre-dawn hours. 2 U.S. Marshals still in the hospital tonight following a wild early morning shootout in the Bronx, pitting them against a wanted fugitive. Surveillance video shows one of the wounded Marshals being carried away from the scene. They showed up to a home in Wakefield around 5:30 this morning. They say they were looking for Andre Sterling, and they found him. He started firing at them, according to Marshals. He was wanted for shooting a Massachusetts trooper last month. And when the dust settled, Sterling was dead. 2 Marshals shot, and NYPD detective hurt. News 4 Chief Investigative Reporter Jonathan Deans has been looking at this all day. He's in the newsroom with what else we know, Jonathan, about the investigation.
Yeah, as U.S. Marshals first entered the apartment, the gunman just started shooting. At least 3 bullets hitting the deputies. They fired back, hitting the gunman more than a dozen times, killing him. Surveillance video shows the chaotic aftermath. 2 wounded Marshals being rushed into police cars to get to the hospital. Police not waiting for an ambulance. The shooting started at 5:30 in the morning as Marshals and detectives tried to move in on a wanted cop shooter.
I got up, I looked through the window, I seen the cops running back and forth.
Shot and killed the gunman, Andre Sterling. The manhunt had been ongoing for the last 2 weeks. It was November 20th on Cape Cod. Sterling shot and wounded a Massachusetts state trooper after getting pulled over for driving a stolen BMW. Sterling fled to Connecticut, and then the trail grew cold. Marshals tracked his communications to 2 Bronx locations. They searched both, with this Wakefield building turning into a shooting scene. 1 Marshal hit in the leg and arm, a second in the leg. 1 bullet fired by the gunman lodged in the barrel of a Marshal's AR-15, making the deputy's gun useless in the shootout, but that gun perhaps saving his life by stopping a bullet. In addition to shooting at law enforcement, Sterling has passed arrest for drugs and ID theft. The man he was staying with is being questioned to see if he knew he was harboring a fugitive. This is Connecticut State Police say they've arrested this woman, Latoya Brownwell of the Bronx, for allegedly driving the stolen BMW just 1 day after Sterling was in it, shooting that Massachusetts state trooper. The 2 injured Marshals remain hospitalized but are expected to be okay. A detective hurt amid the scramble is now home. That Massachusetts trooper, he's still recovering from being shot through his hand. His bulletproof vest stopping a bullet which may have come from the same gun used this morning in the Bronx. David?
Jonathan Deese reporting from our newsroom.
All right, sorry about that, y'all. Right on time. Catch the commercial. Whew. I take the window up, and a piece came flying off. It wasn't going to take them long. It was not going to take them long. All right. All right. Y'all ready for the CV numbers? Are you ready? Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Hope I ain't got signed back in. Let me check the chat real quick. Anybody still here? Hey, Facts of Life. Facts of Life said that sounds pretty good, BD. Facts of Life said I like that flow. He said, you had to be in your 20s when you made this. I told you I made the majority of these songs 20, 25 years ago. I was prophesizing back then. She don't get old. I'm 59. Young man ain't young no more. So let's get to the CV. I love doing these numbers. I ought to be ashamed of myself, but I love it. Oh, y'all, we going on 15 million. We going on 15 million, y'all. 14,983,425. We're going to be 15 million. We do this tomorrow. Deaths, 287,825 total. That's the total. I didn't say toto. I said the total. Texas, 11,263 new cases. They lost 205 people today. They got 258,000 and a half plus infected. Now it's time to go to California, in the city of San Diego. Well, everybody is seaweed and local. I'm talking about California. I said in the city called Wax. Crime and CV, that's all the heck they got. In California, in the city of San Francisco. Well, all the people think they slick. Oh, let me stop. They got 25,320 new cases. They lost 88 people today. They got 710,645 people infected. Guess what? California coming for that top spot back, y'all. It's 2,000. Separating them. 2,000 cases. California is coming back for the top spot. Florida, 10,431 new cases. They lost 89 people. They got 360,000 and a half infected. Illinois, you might as well say they got 10,000 infected. They lost 235 people today in Illinois. 235 funerals planned. They got 350,177 infected. New York, 10,163. They lost 54 people. They got 252,843 infected. Georgia on my mind. I caught the midnight train to Georgia. I would have taken Delta, but I couldn't afford her. Coming back bringing my own strain of CV. They got the vaccine, but there won't be none for me. 5,017 new cases. They lost 68 people. They got 182,606. Ohio, 10,469 new cases. They lost 66 people. They got 145,000 infected. Michigan, what up though? They got 6,308 new cases. They lost 203 people. They got 218,000 and a half walking around infected. Pennsylvania, 11,374. They lost 134 people today. They got 166,000 walking around infected. Wisconsin, 4,831 new cases. They lost 77 people. They got 62,000 walking around. Tennessee, Tennessee, they got 4,914 new cases today. They lost 29 people. They got 35,000 plus walking around. Ain't nothing finer than the mountains of North Carolina. They got 6,018. They lost 49 people. They got 57,057 infected. Indiana, ooh-wee, somebody better tell me extra get my hookah. They got, did I say his name right? I don't know what he called. 7,690 new cases. They lost 85 people. They got almost 147,000 infected walking around. New Jersey, 4,663 new cases. They lost 44 people. They got 151,000 plus walking around. Don't be moaning about my place in Arizona. Arizona, they got 6,800 new cases today. They lost 40 people. They got 296 people walking around infected. Minnesota, I said Minnesota. They got 6,308 new cases. They lost 75 people. They got 40,000 plus walking around. Missouri, 4,744 new cases. They lost 70 people. They got almost 240,000 walking around. Alabama, I said Alabama. Can I say it one more time? I said Alabama. They got 3,390 new cases. They lost 46 people. They got 95,000 plus walking around. Colorado, 5,125 new cases. They lost 19 people. They got 196,734 people walking around. Massachusetts. They got 5,619 new cases. They lost 44 people. They got 54,000 walking around. Virginia, they got almost 3,800. They lost 37. They got almost 222,000 walking around. Louisiana, no stats. Iowa, let me show her the CV cases for the day. They got almost 1,900. They lost 61 people. They got 82,500 walking around. Ain't nothing finer than the trails of North Carolina. They lost 3,000. They picked up 3,222 new cases today. They lost 21. They got almost 106,000 people walking around. Anybody heard from the driver? Oklahoma, 4,370 new cases. They lost 14 people. They got 30,500 walking around. Quick Draw McGraw, it's Utah. 3,674 new cases. They lost 14 people. They got 61,500 walking around. My state of Maryland, ain't nobody caroling this Christmas in Maryland, 'cause we got almost 3,200 cases. We lost 30 people, and thank God I ain't one of them. We got 199,000 walking around almost. Oh, shucky ducky. I said, oh, shucky ducky, it's time to go to Bitch McConnell in Kentucky. 3,872 new cases. They lost 23 people. They got almost 156,000 walking around. Washington State, 1,447. No deaths. They got 110,000 plus walking around. The real Kansas, 331 new cases, no deaths. They got 65,500 walking around. The fake Kansas, Arkansas, they got 2,245 new cases. They lost 34 people. They got 18,500 walking around. Nevada, they got almost 3,200 people new cases today. They lost 29 people. They got 76,500 walking around. You got M-I, crooked letter I, crooked letter I, humpback I, Mississippi. I said Mississippi. They got almost 2,000 cases. They lost 33 people. They got almost 31,000 walking around. Nebraska, no stats. Connecticut, no stats. Idaho, 1,339 new cases a day. They lost nobody, no losses, but they got almost 56,000 walking around. New Mexico, I said New Mexico. They got 906 new cases. They lost 27 people. They got 16,000 walking around. Oregon, 1,806 new cases. They lost 24 people. No active stats. North Dakota. Wait a minute. I already passed. I already said South Dakota. Okay. North Dakota. 82,000. Wait a minute. Lost my mouth here. I'm sorry. 555 new cases. They lost 18. They got 5,000 walking around. Give me a banana. We going to Montana. We gonna hang out with Tito Santana. 633 new cases. They lost 7 people. They got 16,500 affected. Time to roll that off, because we got a Rhode Island. I said a Rhode Island. No stats. West Virginia, 1,400 new cases. They lost 30. They got 18,000 plus walking around. Delaware. Oh, we finally get to say it. Delaware, 698 new cases, no deaths. They got almost 20,000 walking around. Wyoming, 2,004 new cases, no deaths. They got 6,100 walking around. Alaska, 922 new cases. And the last one, no stats. for the active cases. Finally, we had to go to 46, like I said. New Hampshire, 448 new cases. They lost 7. They got 4,500 people walking around infected. District of Columbia, 392 new cases. They lost 2 people. They got 5,500 walking around infected. Hawaii, Hawaii, 133 new cases. They lost 5 people. They got almost 5,000 infected. It's a pain to live in Maine. It's a darn shame. It's so boring and plain. 'Cause if I see you snoring, I know it's 'cause it's boring. It's a strain. Every day is the same when you stuck living in Maine. Maine, 283 new cases. They lost 3 people. They got 2,900 walking around infected. Vermont, dun 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 dun. Not hot country, Vermont, 131 new cases. They lost 2 people. They got 1,900 infected. Time to roll that R again. Puerto Rico. I said Puerto Rico. I still ain't say it right. Puerto Rico. They got 1,141 new cases. They lost 12 people. They got 49,000 walking around. Guam, 18 new cases, no deaths, 808 walking around. Virgin Islands, 20 new cases. They got 108 people walking around, no deaths. Maria Islands, no stats. No stats for Samoa. No stats for the military. Veteran Affairs, 2,150. They lost 64 people. They got 16,000 plus walking around. No stats for federal prisons. Navajo Nation, 185 new cases. They lost 2 people. They got 7,000 walking around the reservation. Man, I only got to say it once today. That's not. We got high numbers then. Yup. Total 14,983,425. New cases today, 208,790. New deaths, 2,251. How many people walking around infected? 5,907,862. We lost 22 people. 2,200 people again today, y'all. 2,251. We picked up 208,790 cases. Now I'm going to ask y'all a question. And I don't want y'all to get mad. Don't get mad at me. But I need to know. We've known about the CV since March. How is it possible that with everybody wearing masks and social distancing, using the hand sanitizer, who are these 209,000 idiots that got infected today? Somebody talk to me. Who are the 209,000? Because 790, you're right there. Round it up. 209,000 idiots. Who are the 209,000 idiots that's still getting infected? We've known about this since March. How you get infected in December? How do you get infected in December? We're going to have to call you Simba from the Lion King. Somebody make sense of this thing. How do these people still go out there and pass around the CV? Check out these numbers. California, you got 25,000 idiots. Not victims, they idiots. Because you catch this. You can prevent this. This ain't cancer. This ain't hereditary. This ain't brain disease. This ain't Alzheimer's. You have to go outside and be careless and get this. You have to be careless to get this. I was in the market the other day and had my mask on backwards. I took it off and put it back on, and it kept getting tangled in the hat. I ain't get no CV. Market was packed. So how the heck you get the CV? 25,000 people in one state. 11,000 in one state. 10,000. 10,000. 10,000. 10,000 again in Ohio. Look at these numbers. 11,000. Look at these numbers. What's wrong with these people? All right, let me pull the chat up. Somebody make excuses for them. I call them idiots. I'm going to say it again. You're an idiot. You knowing about this since March. You should have a proper mask on. You should be social distancing. You should be carrying a bottle of hand sanitizer with you. No excuses. You call me broke. I don't leave the house without none of that stuff. How come I ain't got it? I got a small state. We got almost 200,000 people infected. I don't even know if we got 5 million people in the whole state. I don't know if we got 3 million people in the whole state. Numbers are bad everywhere. What are they doing to catch it, Chung Lee? Doctors and nurses are around them all day. With the numbers that we seeing. Somebody make a mistake one time, okay. 25,000 people in one day? Just in one state. 25,000 people. That's a lot of careless people. Yeah. Chung Lee says she's going to bed. Good night. Good night, Chung Lee. Thanks a lot for watching. We still got some stories left, y'all. That's the wrong one. All right, let's get on Nancy. Negative Nancy, nuisance Nancy, whatever you call her. Somebody get ready to get her, and she deserves it. Let's go.
The economic pain of the pandemic is evident in the final employment report of the year. The U.S. adding 245,000 jobs last month. That's about half of what was expected. The unemployment rate has inched down to 6.7%. Overall, though, the economy is still down nearly 10 million jobs since the pandemic hit. And while millions of Americans are struggling to find work, pandemic unemployment benefits introduced by the CARES Act are going to expire at the end of this month unless Congress takes action, and fast. CNN senior congressional correspondent Manu Raju is with us now on this story. Manu, Capitol Hill negotiations are heating up. You have lawmakers on both sides pushing for an agreement that has stalled for months. Today, the House Speaker is defending her handling of the stimulus, and I know that you asked her about that. So what more can you tell us?
Yeah, that's right. There are high-level negotiations that are happening. There's momentum on both sides. They are talking about a package around $900 billion. There are a lot of details they still need to sort out. It's possible that negotiations could extend not just next week, but to the week after. But there is new optimism. Now, the question has been about how they got to this point. Nancy Pelosi, of course, had been pushing a larger package for some time, and she had also rejected the idea of doing half of a loaf and coming back and getting the rest of the half at a later point. She had made that position pretty clear for some time. So I asked her earlier today if that was a mistake.
Not to accept half of a loaf months ago when you said, I'm not going to accept half a loaf.
Look, I'm going to tell you something.
Now,
Don't characterize what we did before as a mistake, as a preface to your question, if you want an answer. That was not a mistake. It was a decision, and it has taken us to a place where we can do the right thing without other, shall we say, considerations in the legislation that we don't want. So we're very pleased at where it is, and as I say, with a Democratic president committed to a scientific solution for this, with the idea that we will have a vaccine, it's a complete game changer from them.
So she's saying the big difference now is that Joe Biden is coming in as president, and then since he's president, they could get more of what they had been seeking at a later time, which is why she says that the posture and the dynamics have changed on Capitol Hill. So she's making she's not showing any remorse or regret for her position for some time, saying that we'll eventually get the big package that we have been looking for. And what they're trying to do right now, Brianna, is tie this relief to a funding bill to keep the government open, and time is ticking because they got to avoid a government shutdown by next Friday, try to get it to that. But if they can't get a deal by next Friday, they may have to punt it for another week and see if they can ultimately get a deal that's been eluding the two sides for months.
How does the deal that she had but turned down months ago compare to this deal that's on the table now?
Well, she had been pushing for $2.2 trillion, which was down from more than $3 trillion in aid that the House passed back in May. The Senate Republicans, of course, did not want to take up that $3 trillion package, which is why she went down to $2.2 trillion. And then the White House came back up and said they would be willing to go up to about $1.8 trillion. Now, the White House package at the time, Brianna, it was not very detailed. There were a lot of questions about exactly what it would entail. Pelosi did not like the direction that they were going, and Senate Republicans were resisting going up to the level that the White House wanted. But Pelosi was not willing to go with the White House's proposal at that time, which was what led to the breakdown before the elections. But right now, what's clear is that this proposal, if they accept it, roughly $900 billion, is much less in scope and size than what the Speaker had been pushing for some time. But it's something that both sides believe they can agree to, as so many people are waiting for action here, Brianna.
All right, Manu Raju, thank you so much for that.
Could 5G already? I don't mean no harm. There ain't no money. 900 billion from 3.4 trillion. Where's the money? Where's the money, honey? Where is the money? Why they being so cheap with our money? That's all I want to know. Where is the money, honey? All right. Isn't she lovely? Just Doggone Limbo.
Looks like she's on the North Lawn. Kaylee, good morning to you.
Great to join you.
Good to have you. Okay, so Griff was just talking about the situation down in Georgia where they've got the twin runoff races first week in January. And he brought up, the president is talking about how the election was rigged. And there are a number of Republicans who are worried that that kind of thing could backfire on that particular runoff election, because they say, if it's rigged, if the 2020 November election was rigged and this one's rigged, why should I even bother voting?
Yeah, I'll leave it to the campaign to pontificate on the president's strategy with regard to...
Well, sometimes you're with the campaign, so you know the thinking there.
I do. I'm joining you in my official capacity today from the White House lawn, but I'll say this. The president has been unapologetic for the last 10 months in saying that mail-in voting, mass mail-in voting, is subject to fraud. This has been a key part of what he's...
That's not what he asked you, Bimbo. Bimbolina. He didn't ask you that. He asked you, well, y'all talking about the voter fraud so much, and y'all saying the Democrats got everything rigged up, why should they vote is what they asking. If you're going to lose, why should we waste our time going down there and vote if the Democrats are going to change the numbers? Why should we even vote? That's what he's asking you, as you keep berating and putting this in people's heads that the election is led, that it's rigged. Who wants to participate in a rigged election? Well, that makes some Republicans not go to vote. For what? They're going to lose anyway. They got it rigged. And that's going to help Biden win. That's what he asking him. But she got the shuck and jive. She got the buck down. Come on.
He's talked about when it comes to election integrity. He wants to make sure signatures are matched.
Right.
The mail-in voting is sacrosanct and is treated with the integrity that every American vote deserves, that it's actually encapsulating the vote of the American people.
But can't that come back to backfire with this Georgia special election?
No, because the president, again, look, if you go back to when Nancy Pelosi took the gavel, the very first bill she put in place was H.R. 1. This was to allowing people on voting rolls, illegal immigrants on voting rolls, no signature matching. Democrats for years, far before the 2016 election, the 2020 election rather, have tried to make our election system less secure. The president is going to continue to fight for that while also saying it's important to turn out and vote while also perfecting the system.
Okay, but what good is that because he already lost? Are you on crack? You supposed to do that before the election, not after. See, if he had won the election, wouldn't be no problem. If he would have won the election, there wouldn't have been no problem. But he didn't win. That's why it's a problem. If he had won the election, wouldn't have been no problem. But because he didn't, now it's a problem. Do you see how silly you sound? But come on. Oh, man.
Article about the female staff, communication staff that Biden has selected. They wrote 4 of the 7 top communication roles at the White House will be filled by women of color, and it's the first time the entire senior White House communications team will be entirely female. I know that you blasted the paper, some of your staffers did, saying, hey, look at us, we're all female. Then you had a guy who's one of the staffers who works on your team. I know all the bosses are females. And he said, since I arrived at the Trump White House, a woman has always been my boss. First, it was Hope Hicks, Mercedes Schlapp, and Sarah Sanders. Then it was Stephanie Grisham. And, of course, currently it's Kayleigh McEnany and Elisa Farah. I guess the media forgot. His name is Judd Deere. What's your reaction? Because they're saying that you're lying about it.
Yeah, Judd Deere is a great member of our team. Every senior role in the White House is a female. This president, out of the 5 press secretaries that have been women, 3 of them have been under President Trump. He appointed the first working mom in Sarah Sanders, then appointed another working mom, and then appointed me with a newborn under the age of 1. He's consistently empowered women, but the double standard in the media is absolutely absurd. If you're a Democrat woman who comes into the West Wing behind me, who takes that podium, your biggest concern outside of your official duties is the next glowing profile written about you. If you're a female woman in the Republican Party who takes that podium, guess what your worry is? Having a Playboy reporter shout questions at you, demeaning, misogynistic questions during a briefing. It's a double standard. It's one that's ridiculous and one that the White House Correspondents Association should look into when you have Playboy reporters shouting at women in a misogynistic manner simply because they're a member of the GOP.
I think. Okay, hold on, sir. Look at this lady here. She don't look like a press secretary. She look like she ready to go on a date. She look like she a madam. She look like she work at the prostitute house. Look at her. She don't look professional. All that daggone makeup on. Fake eyelashes. She look like she ready to go to work. $1,000 a night work. $1,000 a night session for an hour's work at the brothel. She come on there looking like she going to the brothel. Look at her. She supposed to be the press secretary, a representative of the President of the United States. She looked more like a first lady. She looked more like somebody on first date. She looked like she should be on Top Model doing a Maybelline commercial. You don't look like a businesswoman. You don't. And you talking about being sexist. The last thing you should want somebody coming up to you is thinking about, man, I like to bend her over. Man, I like to see them breasts. I like to see her butt naked. How are they supposed to take you seriously? Y'all remember Mary Tyler Moore? But she come on here not looking like Mary Tyler Moore. She come on here looking like, oh crap. What's the name of the other actor? Goldie Hawn. She come in here looking like Goldie Hawn. Like, dingbat, duh. You coming on like Goldie Hawn. Trying to act like Mary Tyler Moore. If I'm wrong, somebody tell me I'm wrong. Let me put the chat up. Somebody tell me I'm wrong. This woman look like she going to work, or this woman look like she going on the street to work. Does she look like she going to work the White House, or she like she going to go work 110th Street? Somebody talk to me. I'll listen. This woman look like she coming to be a professional, or do she look like Cinderella wannabe? Wait for somebody to find her golden slipper. Somebody talk to me. I'll listen. Somebody say something. How somebody will take us seriously? And it's not fair. The men are undressing me with their eyes. You sure looking like a daggone call girl. What you expect? Say that for your husband. Your man, whoever you is, when y'all go out, you dress up and look good for him. We don't need you to look good for us. You supposed to let us know what's going on in the White House. That's your job. Your job ain't to come up there and titillate nobody. This ain't porn, what is it, porn scrub? What is that mess they got on the internet now? Seriously. You dress like a damn floozy. You got the wrong name. Not Kaylee. You should be Susie. Susie, the blonde bimbo floozy. That's what you look like. And I'm being honest. And if y'all are honest, you'll know I'm telling the truth. Wouldn't nobody hire her, because nobody would even, they wouldn't even see the record. They would go, oh, she's stupid. Now, maybe some hard up man ain't getting at home. Wife and blown up to 500 pounds might say, well, you know, I can look at her. I could look at her and then go home and imagine it's her when I'm with my 400-pound wife. That's how she get hired. And I ain't surprised that Trump hired her. I heard that the first lady is a call girl. I heard that the first lady is a former call girl. So why wouldn't he hire a floozy to be in the White House with him? I'm going to answer the question. I asked the real question. I don't see nobody running the answer. Ridiculous.
Judd Deere needs a promotion, judging by how many bosses he's had. He does a really good job.
He's
now,
great.
If we can go to Operation Warp Speed, we are waiting. The planes are ready to go. The vaccine is ready to go. The FDA isn't yet. And according to the Axios, Mark Meadows has some of the FDA Commissioner, Stephen Hahn, not to a Zoom call, but to show up in person and explain what the delay is. There's a sense they're not working around the clock, and that he went to the Outer Banks to quarantine or vacation when you really should be pushing the Moderna vaccine before the middle of December and this Pfizer vaccine as in yesterday. What could you tell? I know it's easy to punt on this, but what could you tell us? Is there a little bit of tension that maybe the FDA is not working as hard as the CDC and others like yourself and the president?
All right.
I'll start.
Oh.
Excuse me, I'm getting tired. I've been on with y'all all day. You would know it's 2 o'clock.
Talk about the meetings that'll be going on today in the West Wing, but what I'll say is
this:
is
we're
working around the clock. You had Moncef Lally come out and say normally a vaccine takes between 4 years and 25 years. Think about that, a quarter of a century in some cases for a vaccine.
I know, but is the FDA, Kaylee, is there a sense that the FDA isn't?
Look, I think the FDA is working around the clock as well. This is a partnership here. Everyone wants to see American lives saved. from Dr. Stephen Hahn to this president. But this president will never apologize for putting the fire under these agencies to say, yes, we want a safe vaccine. Absolutely. We also want a fast one because lives are at stake, and a vaccine by the end of the year is key and paramount, and that's exactly what this president has done. And he'll continue to push agencies to be rapid, but to be safe.
Right. And in the early days, the administration said to the governors, you know what, because different localities are, have different conditions, everybody should be in charge of things in their own state. Some of the governors are talking about more lockdowns or restrictions. I know in Rhode Island yesterday they sent out a text alert to everybody, hey, for the next couple of weeks, try to stay as close to home as you possibly can. How does the administration feel about these new restrictions in various places all across the country? Because it looks as if right now, there's something like 41 states that it's spiking in.
Yeah, and we're at a different place today. Look, we locked down the country once, and it's because it was a novel virus that came in that we did not have therapeutics for, that we did not know how to handle because we didn't have testing. It was novel. No one had ever seen COVID-19. We know how to handle it now. Americans, we're responsible. We know how to wash our hands and socially distance and wear a mask and make wise decisions, but governors should trust their people to make the right decisions. This president's about freedom. He's not about shutting down businesses. He's not about locking.
All right, you hear this floozy? I ain't had enough. But let me show you something. This is why you can't have a floozy run something. And once again, y'all got a problem, come see me in the chat or call in. 443-461-4518. I dare anybody to call in. Call in and come get this work. Because I'm getting ready to shut this winch down right now. Let's go back to the TV cases. She said that the United States citizens don't need to be told to stay inside, that they can handle their own affairs, they know how to social distance and all that. Well, take a look. Come in to take a look. What them numbers tell you? What do those numbers tell you? What do those numbers tell you? I don't want to hear what the floozy said. I want y'all to tell me, what do these numbers say to you? What do these numbers say to you? What do they say? 11,000, 25,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 5,000, 10,500, 11,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 4,000, 7,000, 63, 47, 33, 5, almost 4, 2, 3, 4, 3,000, 3,193, 3,872, 1,400, 2,245, 3,194, 1,942. What do these numbers say? What do the numbers say? The people don't know how to handle themselves. Let's look at these deaths. Scroll back up here. 205 deaths, 88, 89, 235, 54, 68, 66, 203, 134, 77, 29, 49, 85, 44, 40, 75, 70, 46, 19, 43, 37, 61, 21, 14, 14, 30. This tell me the people don't know. Either United States citizens are friggin' retards or they don't know. Which one is it? Are they friggin' retards or they don't know? Somebody talk to me. I dare anybody call in here and explain. Come on. Call in here and explain. You don't want to wear a mask. You don't want to social distance. Call in here and tell me why they shouldn't do a lockdown. I said lockdown back in March. We wouldn't have all this. But you wouldn't listen to me. Will anybody listen now? Anybody want to come debate this? That woman just said, once again, the Democrats, don't think you know how to handle your business. I just showed the business to the people, and they need help. Now somebody come convince me why they don't need help. The numbers say they need help. The numbers say they need help. 228,000 new cases today. 228,000 people who don't understand how to social distance, who don't want to wear masks, who don't want to wash their hands and carry around hand sanitizer. These are the 228,000 idiots. And the reason why I call them idiots because the majority of them to get the CV could have prevented it. And if you that lackadaisical, if you that ignorant, if you that common, if you don't care about yourself and the people around you, you's an idiot. And somebody got a problem with that, step to me. I'm listening. Come on in and say something. I dare anybody. Come on in and say something. Obviously, the people can't do it themselves. They need to be told what to do. Obviously, they can't handle it by themselves. They need to be told. Now, why ain't we telling them? Somebody talk to me. I listen. Obviously, they can't handle it. They can't handle themselves. They can't handle themselves. We got almost 6,000 people infected around the country right now that we know of. Not counting the ones that will never go for a test. Not counting the ones that got warrants, afraid they don't get arrested. Not counting the illegal immigrants who are afraid they're going to be deported. They won't come. To the poor people who think, oh, getting tested is for white folks. Those people are not tested. So if those that are tested, numbers are that high, how high are the numbers of people that's not being tested? Why ain't nobody taking this seriously? Why ain't nobody taking this seriously? And that bumbling idiot, that damn blonde floozy named Susie. Blue-eyed, long hair, and ain't got no booty. But she got the nerve to say something out her mouth like that. And because reporters can't stop looking at her, they let her get away with murder. If I had to grill her, I'd have her in tears. She'd be trying to come up with so many lies, she'd break down. Because I would just bombard her with fact after fact after fact. She would have to run away. She had to grab her little book and run. That's all she could do. Run behind the scenes. She sit there and lie and lie and lie and lie and lie and lie. We ought to call her La La. All she do is lie. Don't call her Kaylee. All she do is lie. And she on Fox News, the right place. She knows she's safe there. They asked her a question and she buck dancing on it. Just buck dancing. They supposed to cut her off and say, we didn't ask you that, but they're on Fox. They're afraid to. They're supposed to be the Republican network. Anybody want to challenge what I said? Anybody want to come and have a debate? Somebody pass me the mopping glove, because I feel like wetting the floor with somebody. Come on. I feel like mopping somebody today. Come on. Come on in here and get mopped 4 in the morning. We want to come in here and get this work. Come on in here. We ain't going to talk about no edges. We're going to talk about some truth. 25,000 people in a state that was number 1. That been number 2 from the beginning. And been number 1 or 2 the whole way. They've been number 1 and number 2 the whole way. And they got 25,000 in one damn day. They got to be the biggest bunch of beach bums I ever heard in my life. Cowabunga, dude. Let me give you the CV. Somebody tell me I'm lying. I'll listen. Somebody come in here and correct me. Come in here and shut this fat boy up. I'll take this tie off and get down with you. Somebody shimmy on in here. Shimmy on in. Come on and get beat down. Who up for the challenge? Who wanted to get worked on? Anybody? Anybody got the cojones? Anybody? Nobody got the cojones, huh? Shimmy on in here. Come on here and get this work. People don't need no help. Them numbers say somebody needs some help. 228,000 people need help just today. We didn't count. We didn't do yesterday. I don't know what happened yesterday. I know the day before was 200,000. People need help. Well, you know, we're not going to do anything. We're going to let the people on their own. You didn't do nothing about these elections, but now you're trying to file lawsuits after you lost because you didn't do anything beforehand but whine. And now you lost. You're filing lawsuits and you're whining. Chump. I ain't a Democrat or a Republican, but man, I can't stand somebody that look you in your face and lie. Lie to you. And that's her job. She ain't the press secretary. She the poop passer. Her job is to pass the poop. Not the truth. She's a professional liar. She's a strumpet. And guess what? She'll tell you, I'm proud to be a female press secretary. You proud to be, you might as well be with the damn Playboy Mansion. Because all you do is sit around and Donald Trump look at you and wish his wife was young like you was. That's all the hell you're good for. And lying for him. You just like that young girl with the old man with money. Everybody else telling her he ain't no good, he's sorry, probably can't get it up. But he give me money. He take me to the nice restaurant. Just like she get to come and get in front of all them press people and have to lie for that man. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. How she look herself in the mirror, knowing she's screwing over the American people. And that daggone Mitch McConnell. I like 5 minutes in a boxing ring with Mitch McConnell. I knock his old wig off. Half-dead scuzzard. I said it. He's a half-dead scuzzard. Scuzzard and a buzzard. Sean Hannity, that sissy. And Rush Limbaugh. I kick him right in his pacemaker. Yeah, hey, yeah. There's junkie. Rush Limbaugh's a junkie. He's a Percocet junkie. I said it. Yeah, come get me. Where all the Rush Limbaugh lovers at? Coming at you with talent on loan from God. You're fuzzy fuzzball, Rush Limbaugh, on the EIB jerk work. Ain't a network, it's the jerk work. Where all the jerks work at. Somebody got a problem, come see me. Well, where the Republicans at? Well, where you at? You won't come in here, you'll get your butt kicked. Somebody shimmy, shimmy, shimmy on in here. I thought not. Alrighty, y'all. When YouTube make that video available, it's stuck or something. When it become available, I'm gonna try to repost it. So I'll put the video back up. Whenever it, I don't know what it's doing. I'll go look at it. It's spinning, so. Like I said, it's my fault for not watching the phone. I got it hanging above my head, but my lady friend was on there. She was on the phone. You know y'all heard the sound she's making in the background. My lady friend was on the phone for half the show, so I couldn't see, you know, the battery percentage. So no excuse. All right, y'all, get ready to get out of here. Y'all have a great night. I'll see y'all later on today. Like I said, I'll put the sermon back up as soon as it's available. I apologize for the shutdown, and I hope that we came back and did a better second show. I hope this show was better than the first one for you. And if I have to relive it, and they don't give it back to me in its form, I might have to relive it. That means I'm gonna lose all my views. I think we had 100 and something. Shoot. Oh well. It is what it is. Alrighty, y'all. Y'all have a great night. As Nia would say, see you soon. As I would say. You know, I keep leaning over to the mic. The mic is right here. The mic is right here. I keep leaning over to the microphone. I can go ahead and, well, I can't because I'm waiting for the transmitter. It ain't coming till Wednesday. But when I get off of here, I'm going to go look, because they said, these supposed to be gaming headphones, but these cheap. I'm going to get, and I'm going to leave it alone, because I might just go ahead and just leave it alone, because it's not that bad not having the Bluetooth. You just take the headphones off when you walk away. It ain't that bad. I really feel like I wasted a whole week messing with that. But I'm going to still keep trying to get it to work. But in the meantime, I was trying to test the Dolby Atmos to see how well these headphones handle it. Because I saw when I was looking tonight, they got headphones. You know, it take the objects and places them in parts of the speaker, but it's one driver, and it put the sounds in certain spots in the driver where they think they should be at. But they got headphones that got different drivers in them, which makes it real easy for them to place the sound because it's different drivers for them to be on. You understand what I'm saying? Even though it'll seem like it's one, it could actually be 5 different drivers in there, and those drivers could take the place, you know, of those 5 speakers. They could take the place of them 5 speakers. And I'm telling you, I did a test before I started with the 5.1, and I heard the bass drop when they went to the subwoofer, and it was at the very bottom of the headphone. That tripped me out. Like I said, the good thing about the Dolby Atmos is all you gotta do is put in any kind of headphones. You put in any kind of headphones, it's depending on how good, if they cheap, but it's still gonna do something for you. So you can't say that you don't know the difference, even if you gotta pay cheaps. So like I said, I really enjoy it because I can hear stuff. I was showing the replay. I was hearing stuff that I didn't hear, and I was there. I'm hearing stuff that I didn't notice when I was actually there. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So, like I said, get yourself a pair of good headphones and watch how I show. If you got a sound system, crank it up. We definitely pushing out 5.1. So, all your speakers will play. So, already, y'all have a good night. I'm getting tired. Man, I've been streaming since, 2-something today? Except for an hour and a half. So, already, y'all have a great night. It's always fun. Like I said, if somebody want to donate to get to help get the tire fixed, it'll be appreciated. Cash App and PayPal. Cash App will be appreciated because I can put it with the how much do we have on the Cash App? That's a good question. I know with the cab ride, it's around $40 to get the tire fixed. Well, I got $5 on the Cash App, but any help will be appreciated. If somebody donate, the bike shop open at 1 o'clock. If somebody donate, I could take me in that and try and go up there and hit the bike shop. So we'll see. Anyway, y'all have a great one, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace, everybody. We out.